Yes, my name is Philipp Raschke. I am the Development and Research Manager of Tridelta Meidensha since 11 years now, introducing new products, new technologies, new materials. We have a big high voltage test lab. Here we have a surge arrestor that is not produced anymore, that was produced basically in the 70s, 80s and in the early 90s. And it has evolved for a long time, and they decided to build the spiral design, so it's not 3 columns, they built it spiral to shorten it. It was called compact design. Now this is a 60 kV rated surge arrestor, and here on the side we see the development in the late 90s. It's also a 60 kV with the same energy rating, so you see the kind of compactation we were reaching. And that was actually achieved by our mother company, Meidensha. They received the IEEE milestone for an invention for zinc oxide blocks used in high voltage surge arrestors. You see the kind of compactation and how effective everything works. You see in our processes how the stacking of the MO blocks works. And before that time, it was really a complicated assembly process for this product. And now we go in the next stage. We want to reduce the effort, we want to reduce the amount of material, and that's why we introduced a new technology with the filament cage design, where we combine a classic winding that we know from composite insulators, plus a kind of cross-wrap structure that reinforces everything, how compact everything becomes and how easy the processes are, and this reflects the mentality of our company. This is one of the last from 1993, maybe in the 2000s, yes, 2000s. The new one is maybe 2 years old. Portfolio of surge arrestors matching customer requirements, and there's a standard that gives us some categories to fulfill. They have different heights, like this one, this one, this one and this one are the same type, but you have different heights to have a higher creepage distance maybe, or to occupy more of those MO blocks to achieve a higher voltage rating. And we have products that cover all, but that's not the end of the story, because we don't want to deliver from a catalog. We strongly get into customized projects where customers are coming to us. We have a problem, can you solve that? Here are the ratings, here's the requirement list, and then we go in the development, flexibility and speed. We never say no if a customer comes with a special wish to follow the requirement, to achieve the goal. And also this happens pretty fast because our development process is in a kind of PCDA cycle. We streamline our material flow in the prototyping process. We produce by ourselves. Construct, we can simulate, we can produce them. And we build the prototypes within 3 months. Phase of testing already. So at the end of maybe half a year, we know if the product will fly or not. Say 100,000 or more. Yeah, you see there are dimensions in this direction and in this direction. And then we can combine many technical ratings, materials. Of the surge arrestor can maybe have 20 different voltage ratings. And those 20 voltage ratings can each have maybe 5 different adaptations, variants. And we can use a housing size that is bigger or smaller to apply more such silicone sheds to have a higher creepage distance and weather resistance. So this gives the multiplicity of this product portfolio. And then we have hundreds of connectors and everything that matches the customer requirement. We take our time to get rid of our wastes. Now we do maybe double the amount of work with the same amount of people. I had like 10 projects in the same time, and all the capacities were blocked at the same time. Now we try to streamline the projects, so we have the capacities only blocked for one project at the same time. But now we machine them by ourselves and make the adoptions very early. And at 80% we stop, we freeze, and then we let the customer decide what needs to be adapted on the product. 20% of the rest of the products takes as long as the first 80% of the project. So we decided to make a break at 80%, freeze the project, release to the customer. It will work, there is no technical issue with that. So you will have feedback from the customer. What we used to do with new product is pilot testing. 1 year for example, 1 year of pilot testing. And within this 1 year, you will receive so much feedback, but at this 80% of the product, we have not gone through the full industrialization process and we can still act. The last 20% is kind of feedback process. Otherwise, you lose yourself in making it perfect, reaching 99.9% of the project. I needed to understand that in each process, there is waste. You would lie to yourself if you say, my process is completely streamlined, there is no waste. The biggest wastes, you try to remove them or to make them smaller. And this is what you can do in every department of your company. And if you don't understand how the process is working right now, you will not be able to improve it. In the past, for the big surge arresters for high voltage, we might have taken 3 or 4 years. Now we have a portfolio and we can adopt and we can redesign. And for redesigns or for customized products, normally we take half a year, maximum 1 year. A technical request tool that we have built up to support our customers with technical requests. There are a lot of technical requests, of course, because it's a complicated technical product. In 1 month, we receive 80 deeper technical requests that we need to solve in our technical team. And we built a kind of ticket system we know from IT ticket systems with Smartsheet. And then this type of request, depending on its character, is going in so-called competence teams. So what we see here, like construction team, electrical team, workshop team, or we even have a monitoring or technical back office team. And depending on the mix of people we have inside there and their capabilities and knowledge, they will be contacted. Here is a ticket, take it and tell the requester how long you will take for this ticket. 1 hour after, he will have a reply, this is your contact, and he will have the ticket solved within 1 week or 2 weeks. So we decided to give selected customers and also our representatives the possibilities to raise this technical request directly to us. Right now, this tool is used by our sales team, by our representatives, and partially also by our customers. Brought down the time to 2 months to 1 week for a deep technical question and for something simple, like I need a drawing or I need a technical rating that I don't find in your data sheets. We talk about 1 day latest. So we have a kind of representative regulation. There's always somebody who can answer. Metering device actually to monitor the health of the surge arrestor. I'm talking about this little black guy here, and it replaced a very old device that originated from older product from EMP Bowthrope, the so-called surge counter, which kicked off a series of products for every manufacturer for surge arresters. So surge counters were used everywhere. But now there's a new generation, and on the market for those new generation products, we never had a solution. And now we have a solution since around 7 years. It became more or less the leader of the market in this segment. The customer is monitoring, he is collecting the data, he is analyzing the data. The next generation, it looks almost similar, and it will be wireless, transmitting the data automatically to our cloud. We'll take those measurements and tell the customer if the surge arrestor has a problem and potentially also which problem actually it has. But what he really wanted is to have a message, this device has a problem, it needs to be replaced. Okay. The problem is not so big yet, you might be able to still maintain the operation, but take a closer look.